CEC sounds very simple on paper, but IRCC has a counting method using which they count hours, and it catches people off guard. It can turn a perfect file into a refusal if you apply too early. Now, IRCC will only give you credit for 30 hours per week. So if you worked about 40 hours, IRCC will give you 30 hours of credit. And even if you worked 60 hours per week, you did some sort of overtime, IRCC will again give you credit for 30 hours. So what I'm trying to say is those extra hours that you have put in, they could matter to you, to your paycheck, to your employer, but they do not matter to IRCC when it comes to counting the hours for eligibility of your Canadian Experience Class application. So this is how most people count the hours. I worked 40 hours every week, so I will hit 1,560 hours faster. That is a normal thinking. It is also the fastest way to miscalculate eligibility. IRCC does not let you bank overtime to shorten the timeline. Now let's do the math and put an end to this argument. So remember, you can only get 30 credited hours per week. So a full year is 52 weeks. 30 times 52 is 1,560 hours. No matter how hard you work, you cannot complete the CEC requirement in 10 months or in 11 months. It's not possible. If someone says they qualified early because they worked overtime, they are confusing payroll hours with IRCC's credited hours for the purpose of your CEC application. So you must have at least 12 months of skilled work experience in Canada in a tier 0, 1, 2, or 3 occupation. It must be paid, and your qualifying experience must fall within 3 years before IRCC receives your PR application. Now, here's a classic mistake that people make. So someone works really heavy hours, and this gets reflected on that person's pay stub, more than 1,560 hours in less than a year. And this is where this individual could assume that they have the hours required for CEC's eligibility. But when IRCC recalculates these hours according to the 30 hours limit per week, creditable hours really take a dip. They drop down. The client or the applicant thinks he was meeting the eligibility requirements as far as the hours are concerned. But according to IRCC, the application has been submitted way too early, and there's a refusal on the application. Think of it like collecting eligible weeks, not stacking huge shifts. If you're consistently at or above 30 hours per week, IRCC will credit 30 for each week. Do that for 52 weeks and you will reach 1,560 credited hours. That is when you're safely inside the rule. Part-time counts, but it changes the timeline. If you work part-time, you can still qualify, but it takes longer because you collect fewer credited hours per week. Example, if you average 15 hours per week, you will need about 24 months to reach 1,560 hours. If you have 2 part-time jobs, you can combine them to reach 30 credited hours in a week as long as the work is skilled, paid, and authorized. Even with multiple jobs, IRCC will still credit you for 30 hours per week. So multiple jobs can help you reach that cap, but it cannot help you push beyond it. Anyways, if you did receive that invitation for CEC Express Entry and you're looking to submit your application, but you're not too sure on certain points and you're looking for some sort of professional help, I'm a licensed Canadian immigration consultant based in Toronto, Canada. You can book an appointment at the given link here. We'll have a detailed chat about your professional profile in which we'll do a complete assessment to see where you stand. And of course, we'll let you know how to move forward. Anyways, that's it for now, and we'll come back with more updates. Thank you.